Today, myself and my friend Jake here are making, look, it's him behind there, there you go, yeah, he's behind the bird table. We're making fruit wine. We've done it before, and we're picking, or Jake's mostly picking blackberries at the minute. We've got absolutely tons of fruit to make the fruit wine, but for now it's me, sweaty. Got a new shirt, look at that, like a flat. Anyway, so we're picking some blackberries to go in the fruit wine. We've got some plum, damsons, grapes, gooseberries, elderberries. What else is there? I think there's a bit of pineapple.
Elderberries won't give much juice, but they will give flavour.
Okay.
Pineapple.
Damson will give flavour as well, not much juice.
Yeah, tomato.
We're not putting tomato in it. I'm going to stop now because you're just being silly. Right, anyway, there we go. So this is the start of the picking, because we've got to put all this together. We're just going to get the juice and we'll bring you along as we go. Thank you. Cheers. So Jake's always just picked a few raspberries, some red currants, some blackberries. We've got, what are they, Loganberries. Gooseberries, 2 bags of gooseberries, there's some strawberries, they're defrosted.
Yeah, nice.
Chuck them in. Yeah, they've all defrosted actually. And then we got grapes and more grapes and elderberries. They're not tiny grapes, they're elderberries. And more grapes, and then corn on the cob. We're having a barbecue as well, because there's no point doing all this if we're not going to barbecue. Oh, it's like going to tip over. Why is that tilting? If we,
because the other leg hasn't got anything underneath.
If we put this, no, because you've just taken the weight off. Hang on a minute. If we, so what we're doing here is we're just taking the. Well, I keep saying we, and you're just doing it. I'm going to do it as well.
Oh, you're videoing?
Yeah, I'm videoing. So we're going to take the grapes and we're going to take them off the stem. Put the grapes actually in the bucket. We've got some blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. Did we put that? Oh,
there's a red currant.
There's some red currants as well. There's a plum, Victoria plum.
One plum.
We'll put that in. There's some damsons. There's all sorts of things. But this is what the fruit is. Oh, and we've got all those gooseberries in there.
Yeah, gooseberries got to go in.
There's tons of gooseberries. So they're all going in the bucket. Then we're going to run it through the press and we'll bring it along again. Alright, so hang on, polytunnel. There we go. Look, and can't see the camera otherwise on my phone. Anyway, so we're doing fruit wine, and very quick video. We've pressed loads of fruit, but we pressed it by hand because the fruit press doesn't work too well. And we're putting it in the bucket and we're going to ferment it for a week. Jake's just pressing these grapes to split them so that they go in the bucket as well. There's a whole pile of grapes over there. They go in here once they're split. Next week we'll come along, we're running through the press again, press it all, however many demijohns we get, we're going to split them, and then we're going to make wine, and it'll be a part 3, won't it? We're going to leave it to ferment over a week this week, and then next week it'll be pressed and sorted out, and then we'll make a part 3. Anyway, making homemade wine for cheap out of sugar and yeast and fruit. Cheers, hope everyone's well. So if anyone wants to make fruit wine out of grapes, gooseberries, you can use any fruit you want, but it's a cheap way of making nice fruit wine. So you take your fruit, you split it, squash it a bit, so as long as the skins are split, put it into a bucket, put all the juice in, let it ferment for a week. After a week, go through it, put it in through a press it so that you get the juice out and it separates the skins and all that sort of thing. Separate them all out, filter it off so that you've just got the juice in your demijohns. Add sugar, add yeast to your demijohns, and then we leave it in to ferment again, and that'll be part 2, which we'll bring you in for next week to do. We've got the sugar on the table and everything. The beer's not going in here, obviously, that's going in us. But this is how to make cheap wine, and it's just a little video to help you to make cheap wine. Cheers, hope everyone's well. Alright, so this is what's left of the fruit when it's all been pressed and squished and squashed and everything else. We put a stick in there, so a stick go in. There's 2 sticks, we don't stick. If you look down the side here, look how much there is. There's loads, can you see that? Absolutely tons of it. Anyway, so that's what we've got. We're going to leave it for a week, let it ferment, come back next week, put it through the press, filter it, sort of filter it, yeah?
Yeah, it's already started fermenting.
Yeah,
You
it's
see the
started
bubbles.
fermenting, it's bubbling.
Smell it.
Yeah,
you go.
filter it, put it into demijohns, and then we will, don't put that water in,
No,
and then we will put the sugar in, put the yeast in, and it will go into, he just farted, that's rude. That'll put bubbles in it. And then we will make it into wine next week, and we'll bring you along for part 2. That's the end of pressing it all and squishing it up. Cheers.